For me, it's about the law and people. How am I supposed to quantify the value of these things when I don't have evidence?
I'm sorry.
And how people can resolve their problems and just be better for it.
Justice with passion.
I always knew I was going to go into law because I tried to see everybody's point of view in an argument. You say one thing, she says another. So who am I to believe?
Justice with truth.
Either you make the decision or I make the decision. You won't like mine.
This is Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Debbie Langdon is suing Dylan Wickman in the amount of $1,750. Ms. Langdon claims the defendant hired her to cater a luncheon, but only had a toaster oven to heat the food, and says he refused to pay her because he was unhappy with the results.
Ms. Langdon, you are a caterer.
Yes,
Right.
that's correct, Your Honor.
A chef, and you have a catering business, and you are suing the defendant for $1,750 for an unpaid contract.
That's correct.
Okay, explain what happened.
Your Honor, the gentleman here, Mr. Wickman, had hired me for an event at his location, at his house, and we agreed upon on a certain amount, and it was not paid fully as contracted. So basically, on the day of the event, I showed up to the house. Everything was...
Well, why don't you tell me a little bit about what you were obligated to do? Did you guys have a written contract?
Yes, I
Mr.
have the
Wickman?
contract right here,
Okay.
Your Honor.
So give me a copy of any evidence that you have to Cinder, please. So you had a written contract, and what were the terms of the contract, Mr. Wickman?
Ms. Langdon was, Your Honor, she was going to cater a small luncheon at my home for about 25 people.
25 people?
Yes.
All right, so 25 people, Ms. Langdon, what was the set price?
The set price was $2,500 for the catering.
$2,500,
Correct.
okay. And did you have a set menu?
Yes, we agree on a menu which is listed in the contract as well.
I see it. Okay. So you had baked brie with crostini, roasted garlic chicken sliders, truffle mac and cheese, grilled vegetable, and pumpkin cheesecake bites.
That's correct.
Okay, so that would be for 25 people. What time was the event set for?
It was supposed to be for noon till 2 o'clock.
Noon to 2, so it's like
Yeah.
a luncheon.
Yeah, like a lunch, a day event.
Oh, was this like a business lunch or?
Yes, it is. I run a small AI marketing firm. So, I host events at my home, and this was a small event for some new clients and some old clients and my team.
All right, so 12 to 2, 25 people, you had the price set, the menu set. What were your obligations as the caterer?
My obligation was to provide them the food there and have it serve some beverages as well, and then be done with the day. And that's exactly what I did. Provide him the food that's listed there. We did have to...
Did you pre-make a lot of the food
Yes,
before
we
you got
did
there?
as prepping as much as we could. Just like most caterer, we prep everything in advance. But there is, restriction to it where we didn't have a working oven, which is
You
something...
didn't have a working oven?
At the location at his house, his oven didn't work, and right when I found that out, he's asked me to use his toaster oven to reheat these food, which is...
Oh, 1 second. As a caterer, were you supposed to have everything pre-cooked?
Not necessarily. Not everything
That's
is
not
to
an
be...
answer. So
Everything needs to be prepped, but there's a grilled vegetable which we need to be grilled on the grill, so that's not cooked. But majority of everything is already cooked, and we just need to preheat it in an actual oven, like a
I see.
a full-size oven.
I see.
Yes.
So things were cooked, but they just need to be reheated.
Correct. Or melted for the brie.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the grilled vegetables, did you tell him you needed a grill?
Yes, he did have the grill for the grill grill
So did you
vegetable.
let him know beforehand, I need an oven and I need a grill?
Correct.
You
Yes.
did. Do you remember that, Mr. Wickman?
I do. I remember very well. 2 days before the event, when we met, I told her my oven wasn't working. Okay, it can probably warm. But what she told me...
Wait. So your oven is not working and you've hired a caterer to cater for you when you know she needs an oven. How can she realistically perform if she does not have an oven?
Well, I told her that, and she said she could adapt. She would
I did not.
solve the problem. She
How
would come
would
up with
she
a plan.
adapt and solve a problem with one toaster oven?
With the toaster oven, yeah.
For 25
And the
people?
grill. And the grill.
For
yes.
25 people?
You can't
Yeah.
grill brie on it.
My understanding too is that she was going to come with the food pre-prepped. So
well, the food
there
was
wouldn't be-
pre-prepped, but she had to heat it up.
Correct.
So what's the max you can fit in a little toaster oven? I don't know, 10, 15 little baby Brees? I don't know.
Well, it's a large toaster oven, Your
How
Honor.
big was your toaster oven that it could fit baked brie, chicken sliders, and mac and cheese, truffle mac and cheese cups? Not all of that could fit in there for 25 people. So you had to think logically, be realistic. It's crazy to think that she will be able to deliver cooking in a toaster oven.
But my oven could actually warm things. It wasn't completely broken. My oven could actually heat up some of the food. But my understanding was that she told me she was going to come up with a plan for this.
Coming up on Justice for All.
Well, I was already there.
Okay,
and
so
then-
what was it? Okay, so listen,
right.
I'm not going to go on the seesaw. You guys need to get your facts straight. Because
You
it
looked at
sounds
me-
like both of you were a little careless in planning out this contract.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Debbie Langdon, who is suing Dylan Wickman for unpaid wages.
So this was 2 days before.
2 days
He lets you know, I only have a toaster oven. My oven isn't really working. It kind of warms up, but it doesn't really warm up. What did you say at that moment?
He
Ms.
did
Langdon?
not say that. He did not tell me that it was broken. It did not warm up, by the way. We only used the toaster oven.
Okay, but he told you on that day that it wasn't working.
Yes,
so
he
how did you respond?
basically looked at me and he said, we have the toaster oven. So I said, I'll do what I can, and thank God the grill is still working.
But why,
so
would,
I had
but
to
why would you say I'll
improvise.
do what I can when you know you got to feed
Because
25
I was already
people?
there.
But you know you got to feed 25 people. You got to shove in little bries, little skewers,
Yes, but I already,
and what
I
else?
already
The
signed
mac
the
and cheese.
contract, and I'm already
How are you
there.
going to do that? How are you going to warm up all that food
Well,
for 25 people?
I had to not provide him the brie because that was the one thing I couldn't make for him because I had to compensate for the other things that need to be warm up so I can
But
give
then
him.
why didn't you bring like a little portable oven with you? I
Because
know
we're not making
caterers do
pizza,
that.
Your Honor. Caterers do not bring oven with them unless it's a-
Sometimes I've seen caterers bring like mini portable things.
Well-
or why don't you bring more toaster ovens?
I didn't know that the actual real oven wasn't
he
working.
told you it wasn't working
He
2
did not
days.
told me that. He told me the day of it, where I was already there.
Okay,
and
so
then-
what was it? Okay, so listen,
right.
I'm not going to go on the seesaw. You guys need to get your facts straight. Because it
looked at
sounds
me-
like both of you were a little careless in planning out this contract. You had to deliver food for 25 people.
Correct.
The majority of which you already cooked, but you needed to heat up.
Correct.
Was the brie cooked?
No, it was not.
Okay, so you knew that was going to take you at least for 25 people. People are going to have more than one or two. So how many brie cups did you have?
We had about at least 2 per person, one brie for
So at least
2
50
people.
to 60.
No, we have about 12 because that was supposed to be.
You have 25 people.
They're big.
there.
They're big size. Yeah, they're like the size where you can have up
Okay,
for 2.
so you had a minimum of 25.
Yes, around there.
And they're this size.
yes, and
This
we,
size.
Yes, and we cut
size
it.
of a donut.
Correct.
And they need to be cooked and melted.
Yes.
How are you going to do that in one toaster
I was
oven?
not able to do that part because I have to decide either the brie or cook the other food that I have to serve.
So that's my exact point.
Yes.
When he told you my oven was not working, I only have a toaster oven, at that moment, as a caterer, you have to find an alternative way to do things, right? Bring more toaster ovens, say, can you clear out your kitchen? I'm gonna bring this, I'm gonna bring that. I'm gonna bring actual warmers, already warm. Sometimes I have seen caterers, or if you go in back of a restaurant, they have those big warmer things where you put in food that's already warm.
Yes, we
Those
have
are portable.
We do have a warmer that we brought with us, but that's not to heat the food. That was
It's
just
to keep it
maintain-
warm. So you
correct.
could have cooked it. If you knew he didn't have an oven, you could have cooked it and left it there.
But I have to also cook the other, reheat the other food.
But you're the caterer. I'm not. I'm just asking these basic
Yes,
questions.
I have to basically reheat the other food so I can serve them because guests were starting to come in.
Exactly.
Yes.
So how were you able to do everything on a
I
little
improvised.
toaster oven?
I putting stuff on the grill with aluminum foil to try to heat some of the stuff up, and then I also used the toaster oven throughout the whole time. Your Honor, I was able to provide for them. They came back for a second, so the food was served,
Except for?
except for the brie.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you finished the contract, you went home.
Correct.
Did Mr. Wickman say that he was satisfied or not satisfied?
They seemed to be very happy. I mean, they had quite a few drinks, Your Honor, but, you know, I feel like everyone was having a good time. They even came back for seconds for some of the items. The food was gone. So at the end of the day, I approached Mr. Dillon, and he handed me a check as a small, business owner.
You were warned beforehand. You knew.
I had no idea that
Yes, you
his
did.
oven wasn't
Yes, you
working.
did. Come on.
No, Your Honor, I have not.
You told me that he said he told you when you had the meeting, and so you knew before you arrived, right?
No,
you knew
he
before
told me
you
when I
arrived.
turned the oven on, and then he looked at me and said that he doesn't cook very much. So it's like he just found that out because he doesn't cook at all.
Okay, so he's lying that you had a meeting 2 days before the event?
He didn't tell me about the oven not work that day, Your Honor. He told me when I turned the oven on that it didn't work, and he just looked at me like he probably didn't cook, so he didn't know that it was working.
Okay, all right. So then
So-
he paid you the remainder of the balance, and then he canceled the check.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And that's why you're here.
That's
suing
why I'm
for the
here today.
remainder. All right.
And also, I forgot to mention about the videographer that I was hired that day to also document my work as a small business owner.
Why would you want a videographer on that day when you had no
Because I
oven?
wanted to have a live action shot of my actual event so I can share on social media. And I did ask this Mr. Dillon that permission, and he was a little hesitant at first, but he did mention that if it's going to be quick, that he would be
I mean,
fine
that's
with it.
kind of, is that, I don't know if that's
So I
appropriate.
hired
It
him
was
for 30
somebody's
minutes.
house. It was somebody's house. I don't know if I'd let anybody film in my house for your
Which
benefit.
is why I asked the permission.
So did you concentrate more on the video or the food?
The video was not even produced, Your Honor. It was
Okay, so why is that relevant?
because he kicked them out, and I still have to end up to paying them the $250.
All right, Mr. Wickman, your side of the story, please.
All right, so I had hired Miss Langdon.
Give me the
here.
facts I don't know.
The whole thing was a disaster.
Coming up,
Did you or did you not meet with her 2 days before?
I did meet with her 2 days before.
Did you or did you not tell her your oven was not working?
I did tell her the oven was
Why
not
does she
working.
say she had no idea?
I have no idea.
you're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Debbie Langdon, who is suing Dylan Wickman for unpaid wages.
I need to understand, did you or did you not meet with her 2 days before?
I did meet with her 2 days before.
Did you or did you not tell her your oven was not working?
I did tell her the oven was
Why
not
does she
working.
say she had no idea, that you didn't say a word?
I have no idea. All I remember is the meeting that we had. I talked about the number of guests. She showed me the menu, made suggestions, sounded really good. And I did tell her that the oven was not working because I don't cook. And that's not something I pay attention to. I
Which
do
is
have a
why he
toaster
didn't
oven.
know, 'cause he doesn't cook.
Do have a toaster oven.
Okay, so 2 days before the event.
2 days before the event.
Okay.
So the day of the event, she was supposed to be at my house at 11 a.m. She was about 20 minutes late.
Okay.
And she let me know she was late because she was at the store picking up a few items. I didn't panic about that. I was like, let's just get it into gear, get everything set up. And yes, we had to move a few things around, very minor. But really it was to accommodate,
whole
to get the event going. I will say I did not okay a film crew to come in and film the event.
What do you mean a film crew? She says she just hired a videographer.
Well, she had two people. Two people came in. So there was a person doing sound, and there was a person doing the camera and so forth. And she spent the first few, I would say 20 minutes or so, getting her makeup done,
That's not true.
getting herself prepped for the
I was
shoot.
setting up the table.
You
It
know,
seemed like-
he actually respected you and didn't interrupt,
sorry.
so let's let him give his side of the version.
So while she was doing that, was wondering about the food. The guests were coming. Yes, people were drinking. It was, it was a social event. It was a party, but nobody was getting drunk. We were serving beer, wine, a little champagne. The thing that really angered me
Put your
was
hand
that the food was late.
What do you mean the food was late?
Coming up,
It was sitting outside in the sun.
For what, how many hours?
It was
5 hours?
probably about a good 30 minutes because I was serving.
A good cheesecake is not going to melt in a matter of 20 minutes.
you're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Debbie Langdon, who is suing Dylan Wickman for unpaid wages.
My guests were starting to get a little hungry. The idea was that the food would start coming out at noon. So it didn't come out for another 20 minutes or so. And when the food did come out, it was cold. Actually, I have a couple of pictures of the food that she served.
Give me all of your evidence as well.
I let her use my grill to grill the vegetables, the vegetable skewers. Those weren't cooked. And this pumpkin cheesecake that, she is, I guess this is her signature dish, was actually runny and melty. I don't know why she didn't put it in the fridge to get it chilled or whatever, but anyway, I took those pictures. So the food was late.
The skewers look raw. Were they raw?
Yeah, I don't think they were cooked adequately. And then the film crew, after about 10 minutes, I actually asked them to leave. Because my team was actually concerned that they were being filmed.
Wait, and this was?
That's the cheesecake that was kind of melting. It was runny. And
did you put the cheesecake in the refrigerator?
Your Honor, those were sliced, and some of them were sitting out in the sun. There's some of them.
How could they be sitting out in the sun if you
Because I
if you
have to
showed
serve
up
them.
late? You showed up late. I mean, he had a refrigerator. Was his refrigerator not working?
We did put in a refrigerator, but when I cut the cake, I have to put it aside so it was displayed next to the sun by the window. So that's why it's.
I'm a connoisseur of cheesecake. Cheesecake's not going to melt that way in such a little amount of time. Absolutely not.
And also in terms
was
of the
this cooked
time,
all the way?
I feel like that was running because it was sitting outside in the sun.
For what? How many hours? 5 hours? 2 hours? 10 minutes? 15 minutes?
It was
20?
probably about a good 30 minutes because I was serving.
A good cheesecake is not going to melt in a matter of 20 minutes unless you are in 120-degree weather.
my team specifically was complaining to me about the food because it was cold. Because, I'm an AI marketing guy. One of the remarks was, is this AI food because it's fake, because it didn't taste good?
Was that bad?
Yes.
Judge Perez's verdict when Justice for All returns. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez.
No reasonable person would conclude, even a non-cooking wife and mother could expect to make a dinner for 3 in a toaster oven, much less serve 25 people. You entered into a contract to provide a very specific service. You failed to provide the very specific service, evidence being the food was not cooked, you failed to provide one of the agreed things, and people were unsatisfied. I don't think you cooked enough. We went through that. 25 people, at least 2 per people. That means you had to have 50. You weren't prepared. That's it. Sometimes we just have to admit that. It sounded like this was chaos. And the only thing you were worried about was doing your TikTok video.
It wasn't TikTok.
Well, what was it? Social media, Instagram, whatever. You're too busy doing that. So based on the evidence, I rule in favor of the defendant and deny the plaintiff's claim in an amount of $1,750. Good luck.
All rise.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
I just, I felt like that I didn't get the service that I paid for, so, yeah.
Yeah, I think he lied about the oven, and I don't think it's a fair one. Thank you.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.